The team of investigators from a hypermic channel decided to defy danger by venturing into the heart of the Appalachians, with a single objective: to endure an entire night inside a property shrouded in terrifying myths. Upon crossing the tree line, a strange environmental heaviness seemed to devour them, a reminder that this forest has been guarding secrets for 500 million years. And the truth is, this mountain range is no ordinary destination. It is classified as the area with the highest paranormal activity in North America. A colossal territory that rips through the continent along 3,000 kilometers. Centuries before modern technology attempted to track the missing, ancient indigenous legends already spoke of a hungry force hidden among the undergrowth. Locals call these sectors thin veil zones, geographical points where the border between our reality and the underworld becomes almost invisible. There, people vanish into thin air, boot tracks abruptly cut off on the dirt, and rescue hounds lose their scent, completely disoriented. The expedition started on the wrong foot. Upon reaching the access point, they discovered that authorities had closed off the route due to an emergency rescue deployment being executed at that very moment. Ignoring the danger signs, they decided to continue.
We've been on this trail for what, like?
Oh man, like an hour?
Yeah, it's been an hour, guys. If you're just joining us, we're at one of the trails in Appalachia. And apparently this is the parking lot that's gonna lead us to the haunted cabin. And obviously, if you look around us, it is completely closed. We're not supposed to be here, but we're doing it anyways because we love breaking the rules. You can see there's no cars here.
The ground right now, so.
And apparently the trail that we're looking for is up that hill, I think.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Yeah. So there's like this sign thing here, so let's check that out.
Oh my god.
We're actually here.
Heck? This is crazy.
What does it say? Trail safety guide. We got, oh, like I said earlier,
The trail's closed.
the trail is closed, guys. We are not allowed to be here, but we're doing this anyways.
You heard that?
What was that?
That was weird.
Bro, it's like dead quiet.
I'm so scared right now.
It's so quiet.
Wait, that's one of the things they say.
What?
If the forest goes quiet, that means you've already entered the thin spot.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Already?
Yeah.
Like it's eerily quiet.
You can hear the
It says right here, it says, this cabin that we're going to is built on the border of a thin spot. And here, sound travels completely differently. There are portals to different realms.
What? Dude, don't be saying
I
that.
literally
Like,
just said that we feel like we teleported.
Bro,
you think I want to?
things can get summoned?
I already have like chills down my spine, and we literally just started.
Yeah.
I have a weird feeling about this.
From one moment to the next, the natural symphony of the surroundings died out completely, giving way to a suffocating stillness. It was that kind of unnatural atmosphere that makes you feel trapped in an alien dimension, a limbo where the frequencies of the sacred and the profane collide. It was in the midst of that isolation that a strange object broke the whiteness of the landscape, human footwear semi-buried in the dense snow. The brain, in a defense mechanism to avoid accepting the horror, tried to convince them that it was just a gray stone. However, every step shortened the distance to a disturbing truth. After an exhausting hike, the silhouette of the shelter finally rose before them. But the promise of a safe roof crumbled immediately. The porch was cursed, cordoned off by yellow police tape and with numbered ballistics and evidence cards scattered across the floor. They were stepping on the last terrestrial coordinates of a victim that the mountain had swallowed.
Yeah, just like that.
Makes sense.
You mean like that?
Whoa.
What?
Is that a boot?
No, it looks like a rock.
Bro, there's like a
Logo.
there's a logo.
Wait, what? Oh, Jesus. Okay, well.
Good.
Oh.
No way.
Wait, just look at it.
Holy shit. It's actually a boot.
It's a boot? What? Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no logo on it though.
Here, bring it here,
Here.
Wait, what the hell? No way.
Dude, look at this. I'm fully in here. Grab this.
No way.
Oh shit.
I see that.
Oh no. Crime scene.
Yeah.
Guys, we can't even go in there.
Dude, there's even like the little key, kind of like the cue cards.
Oh yeah.
It says 1.
Wait, what the heck?
Maybe we should not be here.
Well, maybe because they're still investigating the girl's disappearance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. This is bad.
Well, we shouldn't be here. The guy told me I'm allowed to be here.
Yeah, I mean,
Under the blanket of a freezing winter night, the investigators from Twin Paranormal broke the isolation of the most rural areas of the Appalachians. Their mission was direct, yet suicidal, to test the ancestral myths that force local residents to lock their doors and windows as soon as the sun goes down. In this territory, survival depends on obeying strict but sinister laws. If the wind whispers your name among the branches, you must convince yourself it was an illusion. If a sharp whistle breaks the night, the only option is to play dumb. The problem is that, by the time they memorized these warnings, the mountain already had them in its crosshairs. After traveling through kilometers of absolute nothingness, the silhouette of an abandoned shelter appeared on the map. But there was no time even to settle in. A violent shudder shook the structure. Rhythmic and heavy thuds began to punish the wood from the outside, as if something were demanding entry.
The Appalachian Mountains, I know, are one of the most mysterious and one of the most dangerous places in the entire world. Whatever it is that is out here, it has been documented for many years, it is very real, and we're in trouble.
Think about this, guys.
All this way just to find out if we are going to make it throughout the night here in the Appalachian Mountains. If you hear whistling, no you didn't. If you hear your name being called, no you didn't. If you hear crying or laughing, no you didn't. That means there's something out here that will pretend to be something just to draw your attention. Fuck.
That is so scary.
We just got done with the intros. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? I don't know. Dude, that is like something is surrounding this cabin. Someone or I don't know.
The only way we're gonna be able to find out is if we go out there, we set a camera. There's no way that's an animal.
We didn't see any animals.
No.
The nearest town from where we are right now is about 25 miles away.
I have no idea what's happening, but if that actually happened when we came in here, that is fucking terrifying.
What? Dude, they're like decently large. Those are pretty big handprints. It almost looks like one is missing a finger.
Actually, good point.
It's bigger than your hand. Way bigger than my hand.
Maybe somebody was trying to look through. That would kind of make sense.
Or like shove the door closed or something.
I don't know. I don't want to trust anything. I'm just gonna close this. Yeah.
Wait, don't close it yet.
What? Wait, look at this real quick. If the door was closed and someone was outside, the hands are like they're trying to see through the gap.
Yeah.
No, does that make sense?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh my god, actually, oh my god. That just gave me the chills. Okay, here we go. Did you hear that voice? Did you hear the voice?
The true horror materialized when they shone their flashlights toward the windows. Pressed against the glass, defying the cold, disturbing marks could be seen, silhouettes of disproportionate hands, almost human, but with an anomaly that made the skin crawl. One of the limbs was missing a finger. Upon crossing the threshold, the atmosphere became unbearable and panic gripped the group. The frequency detectors went wild, and an entity emitted a guttural shriek through the spirit box. Almost in synchrony, 3 blunt and deliberate impacts echoed on the wood of the main entrance. The adrenaline transformed into absolute paralysis for Ryan. As he illuminated the corridor, the beam of light caught a dark silhouette, a kind of claw made of shadows peeking through a door frame. The entity retreated at superhuman speed, dissolving into the darkness of the hallway. Seeking answers or an escape route, the investigators ventured into the darkness of the surrounding forest. However, the undergrowth gave them no truce. A beastly and harrowing screech fractured the peace of the grove. At that instant, any skepticism died. They understood that local nightmares had claws and flesh.
Look behind what? The door?
What was that?
I am getting the fuck away from here.
That was behind you.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, this is getting like this.
Yeah, this is getting really bad. We might actually be in danger right now.
Kevin, if that's you.
What? Whoa! Stop! No! What? No! What? No, dude. I'm sorry. I just yelled. That is so fucking scary. We have never gotten anything like that ever. Look at my arms.
Can you do that?
Don't stop. Oh my god, dude. Was someone just trying to open that? Did you just hear that? I believe someone was just trying to open the door. No. Again? What is happening? I'm done.
Do that 3 knocks.
I don't like that. Entity. Oh my god, why did you do that? Why, you do realize that this thing's probably like mapping you out. They're like, alright, this is what he looks like, this is what he sounds like. I'm gonna make sure I sound like him, look like him, and I'm gonna lure his friends to their death.
Maybe. What?
Dude. I just saw something around this corner. No. I saw something, I swear on fucking everything, I just saw a fucking hand right there. I swear. No way, dude. I promise. That was terrifying. We don't have a camera in this room, huh?
Got my
Do you think that thief?
Going.
Go back. Wait. What the f was that? I don't know. Hello? Wait, what the fuck was that?
I have never heard a noise like that anywhere in the world in my entire life.
Dude. Where are you? Do it again. Dude, why is this happening right now? Why is this happening? I am more scared than I have ever been in my whole entire life.
That was the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
It was like, tree. Behind a tree. Guys, the whatever it was just came from this direction, right? It can't get through this fence, right? I mean, can it? If it's tall, lanky, like Slender Man, make that sound again. Something is watching us. I feel like the forest is mad at us.
The file shared on the platform by the production of Paranormal Discovery exposes the terrifying experience of a lone explorer named Lamar. The adventurer took the risky decision to venture once again into the thicket of Nova Scotia, setting up his camp in a cursed area that he himself had dubbed in the past as a Wendigo's nest. Defying all logic, the man raised his tarp right over the coordinates where some time ago he had perceived a superhuman wheezing hidden by the shadows. As soon as he finished settling in, a frozen and hostile stillness fell over the vegetation, extinguishing every natural sound. As twilight faded, an inexplicable physical discomfort and a deep wave of nausea invaded the camper. His sixth sense activated suddenly, warning him that the forest had him surrounded. The vibration of the environment turned dense, adopting an openly hostile nature.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another haunted campout. I did something stupid today. I'm gonna admit it right here and now. Just right out of the get-go, did something really stupid. I actually pulled up to the exact spot where I took Chels, set up this big bell canvas tent, literally right here. This was the night where actually Kia got freaked out and Chels got freaked out and something like mentally and spiritually got to Chels and we actually had to leave and pack up. I'll show you guys in a moment. You guys will be familiar with this spot. However, I can go back to that, spot in the deep forest where, I saw the black bears and whatever, set up the tent again, but I'm like, it's not enough. It's really not enough. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go back. I told Key, I'm like, let's go back to that spot where we set up the green bell canvas tent. So I had it actually right here. You guys may be familiar with the, guys, I don't know what this is, but I think I have to call it quits. I think I have to call it quits. This is not a good feeling. I'm gonna have to come back with Chels to do this, because right now I don't know what's around me, but on top of that, I'm getting this sick, nauseous feeling, and it's really, sorry baby, sorry. I'm just gonna listen to my spiritual side of things, my intuition, and I'm gonna have to come back. This is really weird. Okay. I'm just gonna... What the hell?
The file shared on the platform by the production of Paranormal Discovery exposes the terrifying experience of a lone explorer named thin covering of the structure. The adventurer took the risky decision to venture once again into the thicket of Nova Scotia. The surroundings remained setting up his camp in a cursed area, revealing that the aggressor was invisible as a Wendigo's nest. Defying all logic, the measuring devices stored in his jacket right over the coordinates on their own. Some time ago, a presence through the audio frequencies articulated a clear and threatening message. As soon as he finished settling in, a frozen, paralyzing chill ran down Lamar's vegetation, plunging him into a psychological terror that escaped his control. As twilight faded, from the heart of the thickest physical discomfort, and a deep wave of nausea invaded the camp through the grove. His sixth sense activated later by a melodic whistle that the forest had him surrounded. The vibration of the environment patrolling the surroundings of the shelter, openly hostile tracking his exact location. With no intentions of finding out what would happen at midnight, Lamar experienced an absolute loss of vitality, as if a parasitic presence were draining his body heat. He packed up the essentials and escaped toward civilization, learning the hard way that there are entities in nature that must never be disturbed.
Okay, I think this warrants an exploration. I literally just sat down. So, give me 1 second. Hello? This is weird now. There's no birds, no nothing. Like, what the shit? Whoa. That was a whoop. I heard that. It's coming from deeper in. Like, if you're in the States, or if you're in New Zealand, or Australia, or Ireland, whatever, right? It's like the land itself could have been used, like, by so many people, so many things, so many animals. There could be, like, spirits of dinosaurs. You know what I mean? Like, anything. But it's the land that's haunted. I don't know. I think that's just, like, where my head's at. Well, I made it till 12. The issue is right now, the reason why I'm kind of packing up is because of that feeling. It feels like it's kind of coming back. Whatever I encountered yesterday, it kind of feels like it's slowly, not as strong, but...
A new log on the platform, distributed by the channel Dark Exploration Films, records the journey of a lone adventurer who decided to challenge the most inhospitable and desolate sectors of the state of Pennsylvania. The route had its starting point next to a colossal sycamore tree, a wooden giant that local stories point to as the oldest specimen in the entire region. Venturing into the dense gloom of the mountain range quickly became a psychological game that tested the protagonist's fortitude. Upon reaching the summit, our explorer saw the imposing metallic silhouette of an old forest lookout tower, whose skeletal remains had been left in oblivion since the 1970s. The iron beams creaked and emitted sharp screeches due to the gusts of wind, swaying dangerously under the weight of his backpack as he ascended toward the top.
Today's exploration, we will be venturing on a journey never before taken, both for myself and on this channel, hiking hours into the unknown darkness of the Appalachian Mountains to stealth camp atop a long abandoned fire tower, last used in the 1970s.
You see how magical this tree is? I had to start the video here. This is rumored to be the oldest tree in Pennsylvania. This sycamore tree is north of Harrisburg, but we are stopping here to take a look at this enormous sycamore tree because honestly, I don't think I've seen a bigger tree on the East Coast than this. I mean, take a look at the size difference between me and this tree. So we're heading up now. Everything's pretty good. The only thing we have to look out for is rattlesnakes, because rattlesnakes, I think, they like to come out when it's nighttime and they blend in with the trail. And I've had instances while hiking where I came across rattlesnakes and you could hear them before you see them and your brain knows automatically what they are. But we have about 4 miles uphill, trying to make the most. So here we are. We're at the fire tower. I could hear it squeaking in the wind. All right, we're gonna go up on top of it and test it out. But let's go up here and test it out. I could already see right there. The stairs look a little weird, so.
Suddenly, the iron armor began to sway aggressively. The metal sheets banged against the main support, generating deafening crashes, keeping him suspended in the void at a dizzying height, supported solely by decomposed wooden platforms. Right at that moment of maximum tension, the following occurred. Finally, the night mist dissipated to reveal an imposing visual landscape. The first glints of dawn bathed the dam and the surrounding peaks, transforming the autumn vegetation of the valley into a resplendent golden ocean. The content creator began the descent with a deep sense of triumph, an unusual stance in modern times, where someone prefers to disconnect from the digital environment to embrace the rawness of the real world.
Shakes a lot. Wow. That's pretty crazy.
Dark.
Alright, the sun has finally came across the horizon. I'm just packing up, waiting for the sun to come up a little more while I do some time lapses. It's a really beautiful sight, seeing the complete darkness around me just turn to the mountain peaks that I see. And right beyond where the camera is, I could see a huge lake. I'm pretty sure that's the reservoir here for the city of Harrisburg, and I just see all the peaks around me. The way I see it, I'm one of the last generations born in the 1900s, as weird as that sounds, but I have a memory of my entire childhood with no technology, and at age 10, all of a sudden, technology was all around me. Little would I know, 30 years go by and I see everybody acting like robots, and I just can't help but be so thankful to have grown up.
The investigator Jasko returned to the heart of the Appalachians with a reckless purpose, to challenge the unwritten laws that govern that millenary ecosystem. He broke every taboo imposed by the locals. He whistled in the gloom, veered off the marked routes, and ventured into the thicket just as twilight devoured the day. The assigned shelter was in total isolation, cut off from the rest of the world. Although the environment conveyed calm under the sun, as night fell the atmosphere turned dense, as if an ancestral presence were watching the perimeter, silently calculating his every move. The expedition advanced toward a desolate underground cave while the weather conditions worsened, unleashing a freezing blizzard. During that trek, Jasko experienced the disturbing certainty that the treetops hid invisible witnesses closely following his steps.
We are back in the Appalachian Mountains. Guys, we're gonna be exploring this place, going down some trails, going into some caves.
So the trail is treacherous. We might die.
This is the start of every horror movie.
Holy, we're gonna slip and die.
Oh, shit!
Okay.
Careful, careful. Chandler, careful. We are so far up here, we had to take this dirt road probably 15 minutes to get to this particular spot. And another cool thing about this location is behind the cabin that way and also this way, there are trails that go all throughout the forest but also lead to caves where people believe are tied to some of the cryptid sightings that people experience out here. Now guys, we're in the Appalachians.
Yep.
That was like, yeah, you are. Nick, another unsettling piece of Appalachia lore involves voices in the woods. Many people who spend time deep in the mountains claim they've heard something calling their name when nobody was nearby. Sometimes the voice sounds like a friend or family member. We both experienced this the other night. Chandler was walking pretty far behind me, and I heard it sounded like him say, "Hey." So I turned around, I was like, "What's up?" And he was like, "I didn't say anything." And I was like, "Yeah, you did. You just said hey." He's like, "No, I didn't." And it was just so weird. But hello? It sounded like a voice. Uh-oh.
So anyone, no one, yeah, this is kind of where I heard the female voice though, over this way.
Really?
On this side of the waterfall.
Okay. What type of female?
But it was like up, you know, above. What
Like a librarian or
just, you know.
Upon entering the depths of the cavern, the audio receiver emitted a piercing echo clearly pronouncing a name, Renee. A subtle frequency mimicking the wail of a woman begging for help began to resonate against the damp and cold stone walls. Shortly after, the tension reached a critical point. Jasko was inside his vehicle when the digital sensors indicated that the spectrum of a woman named Denise, whose life ended tragically in a fire, was manifesting inside the car. Seeking to provoke a reaction, he began a game of lights, flashing the headlights into the absolute nothingness of the road. After the sixth flash, the cameras captured a macabre silhouette. It was not a common predator, but a very tall specimen standing upright on its two limbs. The team sought immediate refuge in the cabin, but they found that the wooden walls offered no real protection. Brutal impacts began to shake the main entrance, and from 1 second to the next, a human-sized palm was stamped against the outer glass of the window.
Final video.
Denise haunts the car.
Denise haunts the car. It's saying Denise, guys. Just saying Denise because it's like AI's kind of dumb. It's supposed to be smart, but okay. Guys, I'm fucking terrified. This genuinely might be the scariest night of my life. There's a little opening right here. Here's a creek. Okay, that was relieving. So I don't know. I wanted to kind of give some space between them because I didn't know like what was gonna go on. But I'm hearing things to the right of me over here. But trees. Oh, the. Oh my gosh. Last thing it said was wander on this thing. It hasn't said a thing. It hasn't said a thing since I started the ritual, which is so weird. I hate being out here, man. This is... What the fuck was that? Bro, it looked like something just like ran across. But it wasn't an animal. It was on two legs. Okay, this is gonna sound crazy. I'm just gonna go in reverse very slowly. Somebody just banging on the door. Bro, there's something out here.
That was loud.
Fuck off. Yo, who's out here?
Is there anything?
Listen, this is what I mean. Chandler?
Yeah.
There's footprints on the porch. And they go across the entire porch back there. I don't know.
Just skip. Okay, yeah, you should probably get back in here.
Fuck.
Just make sure you lock it.
On another of their journeys, the members of Paranormal Discovery established their base of operations on the abandoned grounds of Trinity Loops, a desolate location in Newfoundland. The setting was straight out of a nightmare, an old amusement park in ruins, eaten away by time and devoured by isolation. The silence of the wasteland was overwhelming. The residents of the nearest town had warned them about the tiny beings, mystical entities of a hostile nature that resort to auditory trickery to guide hikers toward a certain death deep in the forest. While the group warmed themselves by the campfire, a shadow interrupted the darkness near an adjacent structure. It was an individual hidden under a hood, motionless as a statue, who, after turning their head in an unnatural way to observe them, vanished into the shadows. The situation became physical for Chelsea while she inspected a destroyed shack. A total paralysis invaded her when she felt an invisible force deliver 2 subtle taps to her shoulder, a direct aggression emanating from the void of the room.
Okay guys, welcome back to another haunted campout. First episode in such a wildernessy province. This is actually like the most wildernessy place I've probably ever been to. Today we made our way to Trinity Loops, which used to be an actual amusement park for the locals. Now, completely abandoned. A train used to run through this. Everything is just left behind. Today, we're camping out. I think our motive today, since we're in such a wildernessy, like mountain range type of area, I think today we're gonna be doing some Sasquatch hunting. We're gonna be camping, seeing what we can hear and feel and see, all of that stuff, but like we are in the boondocks. Spiritual aspect to it, so like whether it's haunted by indigenous or by people, or whether there's cryptids roaming around, Sasquatches, whatever, there's something here.
There's someone standing right there.
Where?
Here's a building, they're literally moving.
Oh shit! Whoa. Yo, I just saw that.
I saw that too.
Fucking hell.
Hey, who's there? With no lights?
Dude, there's like a hooded man?
Yes!
A hooded man?
Yeah.
Hooded.
He literally like turned his head and like looked this way, like right at us for like a second.
Yeah. Hello? Someone in there?
Whoa!
What?
Something just fucking touched me on the shoulder.
Seriously?
Like something literally just like tapped me on this shoulder.
No way.
Dude, what if that's like one of the little fairies like trying to get us to go in a different direction?
Maybe.
Like it was literally like a double tap on my shoulder.
You good?
Yeah, I'm okay. It just caught me off guard.
So what'd that feel like again?
Like someone just had one finger and just went like
Double tap.
double tap.
Seconds later, a whistle with a clearly human pattern propagated from the tree line. After looking at each other's faces, they confirmed the worst of their suspicions. None of those present had made that sound. It was at that instant when confusion took over the scene. Lamar and Chelsea clearly heard Angelo's screams begging for help from the undergrowth. However, upon reuniting with him, the investigator claimed under oath that he had never opened his mouth. The bewilderment mutated into uncontrollable panic when a harrowing woman's shriek ripped through the air from the border of the forest. Something hidden in the darkness of the mountain was cloning their vocal tones to perfection, waiting patiently for the slightest stumble to drag them into the darkness. Are you enjoying the video? If so, take advantage of this pause to subscribe to my channel and activate the notification bell so you can stay up to date with future updates. Don't unglue yourself from the screen, because the next clip won't let you sleep tonight.
Someone woke up. Someone probably woke up just now. What the?
Yeah? Are you okay?
What the fuck?
What's going on?
I don't know. So I was just feeling eyes down there, that's why. I just kind of like...
Yeah, something? Yeah,
Huh?
what's up?
Okay, why did you scream?
I didn't scream.
We didn't scream.
I heard Chelsea scream.
No, I literally was just Googling about coolers and bears.
No, like I was literally... Bro.
Coolers and bears?
Yeah, but if bears can get into a
Okay.
I didn't scream at all.
I swear I heard you scream help.
No, she wasn't. I was recording her. I've been recording the whole time.
On November 28, 2024, in the surroundings of Berlin Lake in Ohio, the channel Exploring with Bear recorded one of its most unsettling adventures. The protagonist is a content creator who travels alone, loves exploring very remote natural areas, and usually camps in his own truck. Although his videos normally show quiet and relaxing nights in the middle of nowhere, this time he decided to return to a spot where he had already lived a rather terrifying experience. Ever since the sun went down, the environment felt heavy, as if something bad were about to happen. At the beginning of the video, the YouTuber explains why returning to this forest gave him such a bad feeling. On his previous visit, something completely ruined his night. He found his tent torn, heard strange noises around him, and to make matters worse, something very heavy fell directly onto the roof of his shelter. Having lived through that completely changed his peace of mind when it came to spending another night in that place. To top it off, the weather was not on his side. The ground was a pure mud pit, and the forest felt freezing and completely deserted. The explorer started a campfire and began cooking something, a task that was not easy because the recent rain had left almost all the firewood wet. While preparing the food, he kept looking around in every direction with great suspicion. It was at that moment when things got weird. In the distance, among the dense vegetation, very soft flashes of light began to be seen moving quickly, identical to the reflection of a flashlight advancing through the trees. In a second, the tranquility vanished. It was proof that he was not as alone as he thought.
We are truck camping in probably one of the most terrifying places. But there has been a lot that happened here. There was something outside the tent making all kinds of racket, growling. I think there was even growling and crap, man. And I was so freaking scared. I got out of here. I left. I come back to retrieve the tent sometime later, and it was jacked. It was like had rips in it and crap. There was a cinder block thrown on top of it. Some Bigfoot knocks. We'd put out some apples and stuff that night, but I don't feel like it was Bigfoot, my boy. So tonight, I guess we're just going to see if we can make it all night or not. It is going to be cold. I have a wool blanket, and I also have another big blanket back there. I've already did one Bigfoot knock and a Bigfoot whoop. We're also about to get out here in a second and make some meat, man. And we're going to do some cooking and some eating over the fire. And hopefully, while we're cooking and sitting around the fire, so it's going to be a challenge to see if we can make it all night without running the truck. So we did actually just have our first snow. Might have been yesterday. This is freaking me out. And it's been raining all day. But I was able to find some wood. You just got to get the wood that's sitting off the ground or hanging from trees dead. It's so scary being back here. So scary. We got to get this food cooked though. Man, I'm hungry. It's going to be cold. Yeah, that's not going good enough. So I did bring some dry wood and a little burn pit because I didn't know how the fire situation was going to go. I'm actually happy it's not raining right now. Whew, man, I keep seeing eyes are playing tricks on me or something crazy. I'm glad I had some more dry wood in the truck. So, I mean, I could probably find drier wood if I searched hard. It'd take longer, but definitely way more challenging once all the wood's wet. Been raining all day or whatever. What was that? Happy crap in me. I keep seeing these flashes of light just really fast. Like I thought I was seeing stuff earlier, but I know I just seen that. Just a real quick like flash of light. Oh. Hear the sizzle? I ain't gonna unmask it yet. But is that eyes? What was that? Where's my flashlight? It's under my eyes.
The feeling of having eyes on him became unbearable. Flashlight in hand, the YouTuber went out to do a round to check the surroundings. Walking was incredibly uncomfortable because of the mud, and the darkness let him see almost nothing. Although he searched thoroughly, he found no trace of the person or the object that caused the lights, but that thorn of something being wrong remained engraved in the air. Upon returning to his campsite, he hastily packed the food inside the truck, got in, and locked the doors. The forest fell into a total silence, but the calm would last very little. Suddenly, a heavy noise broke the silence. Something or someone ran past at full speed right next to the vehicle. And right after, terror broke out completely when a voice from the exterior pronounced a very clear, "Hello." At that instant, his nerves skyrocketed. What previously seemed like a distant danger was now pressed against his window. The tension did not decrease in the following hours. Later, the explorer would realize that he was much closer to danger that night than he ever imagined at the time. The worst part is that they did not have an easy escape, nor could they simply open the door and run away. That simple greeting in the darkness was enough to curdle anyone's blood. At the end of the video, the daylight finally brings some relief. Outside there is no trace left, but the mystery of what happened in the early morning remains unsolved. Sometimes, in the middle of nowhere, the slightest detail can be a warning of something worse. A strange light or a voice in the shadow can change everything in a second. If something like that happened to you while being alone in a forest, would you muster the courage to peek out and see, or would you stay hidden waiting for dawn?
It's so dark out. So if you see cars passing out there, there's a lake in between us and that road. The lake's pretty dried up though. It's more like a river right now. This is the area that Matt Moneymaker from Finding Bigfoot. This is real close to the area that he had his first sighting. Merlin Lake. And I've had some crazy stuff happen here to the point like we're not going to go into the woods far. We're just we're checking right around our camp before we get our food and get in the truck and eat. There's a bad feeling right now, like there's just something watching. And I can't even tell from where exactly. And I hear little things from all directions. Whew, man, this light's bad. I mean, lucky we're not going deep. Man, I probably shouldn't have done that. It's like a little wetlands right here. All marshy. Freaking spooky, man. This place creeps me out. It's done. I just gotta plate it. Alright. Very little mess. Very little mess. Yeah, baby. And it is freaking scary out here. So it's about that time to get back in the truck and eat with the doors locked. What the heck was that? Whew. Did you guys hear that? It sounded like something was running or something. What was that? Doors are locked. Whew. Alright, let's just wait a minute. See if we hear anything else. That was scary. My hair's standing straight up right now. I just threw that rag on the ground and I heard hello from like behind me. What in the world? Don't see any lights out there. Doors are locked. That sounded like hello. I mean, maybe it wasn't hello, but it sounded something, said something right outside. I'm not opening the door to look. They haven't come up and knocked on the windows or door or nothing. It was just like it was like a, hello, hello, sort of like that kind of voice too. Hello. Okay.
On April 5th, 2026, in the town of Gainesville, United States, the channel Rolling with Ophelia, dedicated to documenting the day-to-day of van life and off-grid travel, published a truly shocking video. What you are going to see began as an extremely peaceful evening in the middle of an isolated forest. However, that total calm would break into 1,000 pieces long before the protagonists managed to understand what kind of danger was lurking outside. The day had passed with total normality. Their large remodeled bus was parked in a clearing in the forest, surrounded only by trees and dirt. After settling in, the couple followed their usual customs. They cooked something, spent the afternoon sheltered inside, and prepared to rest. Just when the sun finished hiding, they went out for a short walk with their dogs along the dirt path. By that time, the daylight had already turned off completely, and the forest was plunged into a sepulchral silence, without the slightest trace of human presence. After returning to the vehicle, they secured the entryways and prepared to sleep. Several hours later, exactly at 3:11 in the morning, the tranquility of the night vanished suddenly. One of the dogs began to bark desperately and for no apparent reason, with a loud tone full of urgency. In the first instant, the scare made them think that an intruder was prowling the camp. After all, the idea of having a stranger lurking in the dense darkness seemed like a very real and dangerous possibility. For a few seconds, nothing could be distinguished, since the shadows of the early morning erased any silhouette just a few meters away. Even so, the couple did not avert their gaze from the windows, holding their breath. It was then when, in a slow but imposing manner, a huge dark silhouette emerged from the shadows, right at the edge of the camera. What they initially believed to be a person turned out to be a major surprise, a huge black bear. The imposing animal was walking right next to the bus, at such a close distance that it began to inspect the things that had been left outside. With total calmness, it lowered its snout and sniffed the surroundings. Although it showed no intentions of attacking, having a predator of that size just a few inches from the vehicle's metal sheet was an extremely tense situation. After a few moments of inspection, the bear turned around and lost itself again in the wolf's mouth of the night. Seen in the light of day, an encounter like this has a logical explanation: wildlife roaming its own territory in search of something to put in its mouth. However, when it happens to you in the middle of the night, the perspective changes completely. If something of that size approached your shelter so closely in the darkness, would you be able to decipher what it is before it is too late? Straight Explorer is a content creator who feels strongly attracted to deep forests, abandoned buildings with disturbing histories, and places connected to strange events. On April 10, 2026, he uploaded a video where, as always, he recorded every detail hoping to capture something unusual, although most of his trips usually end in quiet nights without any startles. However, this particular experience would break the rule completely. He entered the forest without a specific objective, looking only to enjoy a night outdoors, but what he ended up experiencing left him feeling genuinely in danger. Upon arrival, the YouTuber set up his tarp and his hammock between the trees, collected enough firewood, and lit a campfire to warm himself and prepare his dinner. At first everything was running smoothly and nothing seemed out of place. The man was settling in for what promised to be a peaceful evening, and it was right at that instant of calm when things began to go wrong, worsening step by step as the hours advanced.
You know, it is a running theme on this channel that I am always late. I've been here, I've put my bag down here, I've been here for about 10-15 minutes, and I was just setting up, getting my mic and that on, and I've just heard someone walking like right here. I don't know if I've said where we are. We are in the infamous Hopworth Woods, and I'm going to get into some of the stories later, but a lot of people doing rituals and stuff in here. There's been arrests, well, I'm going to get into that later, but yeah, this place is no joke. That was the sound of someone walking around again. That's 3 times now. 3 times tonight I've heard someone walking around.
Suddenly, footsteps were heard. And it wasn't just once nor twice, but on 3 completely distinct occasions that he heard how something was moving in circles around him. Every time he went out to check, the forest seemed to become deserted. He illuminated the area with his flashlight and found absolutely nothing. He tried to keep a cool mind, kept cooking and moving around to distract himself, but the discomfort did nothing but grow. Far from stopping, the footsteps continued and felt closer each time. Any normal wild animal would have already moved away scared by that point, especially with a person making noise and moving so close, but whatever was hidden in the shadows was not leaving. Finally, seeking refuge, the explorer got into his hammock, turned off the camera, and tried to fall asleep. Unfortunately, he did not manage to rest. Heavy, very close, and completely deliberate footsteps around his position woke him up in the middle of the night. After listening to the strange stalking for several eternal minutes, the frightened YouTuber made a radical decision. He packed all his gear at full speed in the darkness and walked back to his car to leave that place forever. Whatever was prowling his campsite held its ground for a long time. We insist, an animal would have retreated after the first signs of noise or in the face of a direct confrontation, especially if there is someone shouting to scare it away. But this did not leave. And if instead of an animal it was a person who decided to stay hidden on purpose instead of showing their face, that opens the door to much darker questions about what their true intentions were in the middle of the night. The disturbing pattern of behavior is what draws the most attention. A repetitive siege that lasted for hours and continued even when the explorer was already asleep. Animals move along their way. This stayed there. What do you think was prowling the hammock that night? And do you think escaping in the early morning was the right decision?
What's that?
Hello?
Guys, that is really freaky. It's 2:30 in the morning. I've been sleeping and the wind keeps waking me up, and yeah, I just woke up and I could hear someone walking around out there to my left, over by where the fire was. Hello? That's pretty freaky, man.
On March 11, 2026, the content creator Jasko and his friend Ben ventured into the Freetown Fall River State Forest, a place loaded with dark legends. For decades, this area has carried a terrible reputation due to mysterious disappearance, violent crimes, and strange cult rituals that supposedly occur among its trees. For the two young men, this was not a new experience. They decided to return exactly to the same spot from which, on a previous visit, they had escaped terrified and without looking back. While making their way through the dense and overgrown undergrowth, they stumbled upon a completely abandoned campsite. The tent had been out in the elements for so long that it was already falling apart, and inside they discovered scattered personal items and several incense holders, the type of mysterious scenario that raises many questions but gives no answers. When night fell completely, Jasko pointed his camera toward the gloom of the forest and took a photograph with night vision. Upon reviewing the image on the screen, their blood curdled. A very short distance away, hiding among the trees, a shadowy and tall silhouette could be distinguished, seemingly watching them.
What?
What?
Ben, that's a tent.
What?
That's a tent, right there. Someone else is here. Hello?
I see a reflector.
We're just passing through.
Oh shit, you're right. Okay, yeah, that's a tent. Maybe we should walk away.
Yeah, but we just heard that fucking noise.
That's true too. Let's check. Hey, is anyone in there? You good?
You okay? Is he trying to stroke you? What'd you say?
Strobia.
Strobia, sorry. Sorry.
We're not stroking anyone now. I don't have that power.
There's footsteps everywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a lantern. Is that a jacket on top? Ben? Is that a rope?
That's right. I mean, I thought it was a stick at first. No, it's a rope. That's a fucking rope.
Yo, who's over there?
Wait, you hearing that? Wait.
What is that? What is that?
God. The first sound wasn't what I'm hearing now. Are you hearing like barking and chirping and shit?
I'm hearing several animal noises. Now, I want to reiterate, guys, that's a common thing that people experience out here. Hearing animal noises that are not, I'm hearing whistling right now. Bro, this is really bad omen.
I'm trying to do like a copyright safe version of it.
Bro, I wish this flashlight was brighter, because what the hell was that I just seen over there? I have an idea. Can I see the camera for a sec?
Yeah.
Put it down. Okay, how about this? How about no light at all? No light at all. It's just Ben and I. I hate this. All right, we put it down. We put the lights down. It's just Ben and I. Prove to us that you are here. See? You're fine. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Is that all you got? Oh, I see a light over there. Wait, what is going on? Okay, I see you.
Okay.
I see your green light.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn the ISOs up.
Demonic.
Demonic? Is that what we're hearing? Like the okay. Light. Demonic. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out right now.
Okay, maybe. The fuck? Yeah, I heard.
Okay, some examples of what people have experienced in this forest. So let me just get straight into it. All right, 3 Knocks Road ritual. This is something locals supposedly warn people never to try alone in the woods at night. Technically, we're not alone. We have you, me, and the Toadmeister. So here we go. So the setup. Park your car on a deserted forest road where there are no lights. Check. Turn the engine completely off. Check. Turn off all lights in the car, including interior lights. Well, we're not doing it yet. How about this? We'll turn off that one.
Okay.
Check. Okay. And roll your driver window down halfway. Oh God, the fucking front lights turned off. That scared me. Okay, so halfway. Okay, cool. This forest is quiet for a reason, because something listens when the woods go silent. The ritual. Sit in silence for exactly 1 minute. Don't talk, don't move, just let the forest ambiance build. After 1 minute, knock 3 times on the roof of your car. Wait another minute without speaking. Then oh no, don't open it. It's cold as shit. Close. Okay. Wait another minute without speaking. Then slowly whisper, if something is out there, make yourself known. Sit silently for 5 full minutes. You must not respond. And you must not leave the car immediately, because supposedly whatever knocks back isn't outside the car anymore.
What?
In here then? There's no space.
There's no space.
Ben!
What the fuck?
That's outside! That's on top of the car! Ben, that's mud! No way. Bro, that's a muddy handprint
Hold on. Let me see.
outside the fucking truck.
Wait, it said don't go out of the car if what?
Bro, doesn't matter. That's a muddy handprint.
I know, but it's not coming up. I don't think it's coming up on the camera. I think the reflection. I gotta document this, man.
Can I see this?
Yeah.
Bro, no way. Guys, there's a muddy handprint. Can you try to scrub that off? Like from inside? No, bro, that's outside.
There it is.
Bro, that's outside the truck. Something or someone just hit the car. That's a muddy handprint.
It was on the outside though. It didn't get in. That means.
I mean,
I'm over here. Where are you? Chaz? I heard you call from that way at first, and then you called from this way.
I went to go take a poop. What did you say you heard?
I think we should get out of here or something. I don't know.
What's wrong? What happened?
I heard your voice over there. You called from over there.
No, I was right. It was coming from.
No, you called from over here.
There's no way. I'm literally right here. So yeah, that's the terrifying shit that we experienced last time, and here we are now. Bro, okay, so...
You're in the humming again?
I think we should get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't feel... I was hearing some crazy shit down there. Crazy stuff. At one point, I thought I heard someone like clear their throat. It sounded like a... It would just sound like someone like cleared their throat at one point. So I was like, okay. And then, you know...
Oh, the fuck? Okay.
No. What? There's nothing back there. Bro, I'm sick of this. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's go.
Despite the fear, the guys decided to carry out the mysterious 3-thud ritual, a supposed local practice that residents recommend never attempting if you are alone in the forest after the sun goes down. They turned off the truck's engine completely, hit the roof of the vehicle 3 times from the inside, and stayed in absolute darkness, waiting to see if something reacted. The response was immediate. In the middle of the silence, slow footsteps were heard walking on the snow, drawing a perfect circle around the truck. Seconds later, a handprint made with mud appeared out of nowhere on one of the windows, and a constant and unsettling rhythmic tapping began to sound directly against the glass from the outside. The situation became even more extreme when Jasko got out of the vehicle for a moment. Upon returning and getting back into the cabin, the atmosphere had changed completely. From the back seats, the clear humming of a woman began to be heard, even though the back part was totally empty. Right after, something impacted the side of the truck with such force that it shook the entire chassis. The followers who analyzed the footage later claimed that hearing that wail floating in the air was enough to leave anyone with their hair standing on end. A mud mark, footsteps stalking in the snow, a strange figure in a photo, and to top it off, a voice coming out of an empty space. Each event was more terrifying than the last. A forest with such a black history usually attracts very murky situations, and not all of them have to be ghosts. What do you think was surrounding the truck that night? And in their place, would you have stayed protected inside or would you have gone out to face whatever it was? If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give it a thumb up, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming content. Sweet dreams, if you can manage to sleep.